Okay, so in this example here, we're going to figure out how much area our concrete footing has. So we have a 24-foot by 20-foot basic rectangle, and it is a 20-inch by 8-inch concrete footing. So if we looked at it in section, 8 inches by 20 inches. There's two number 5 rebar that are continuous throughout that footing. We also have a vertical angle piece, a 1 foot by 2 foot piece that is that's 4 foot on center. There is also drain tile on both sides of this rebar. Okay, so our first step, what we want to do is figure out the perimeter. And that is 24 foot plus 20 foot plus 24 foot plus 20 foot. So that, in this case here, is 88 feet. The second step that we want to do is we want to figure out what the area is of this concrete footing. And we want to figure that out in a square foot. So in this case here, we said it's 20 inches wide by 8 inches. So if we multiply that, that equals 160 square inches. If we take that 160 and we divide it by 144 per square foot, so we can get a square foot number, that is going to equal 1.11 square feet. I'm just going to put a little or here. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to multiply the perimeter times the area equals volume. So in this case here, we've got 88 feet times 1.11 square foot. If we multiply that, that's going to come up to 97.68 cubic feet. And remember, we want to figure out yards. So we're going to divide that by 27. And that is going to equal 3.61 cubic yards. And in this case, we round up to 4. That's our answer for our concrete. Second thing we want to figure out is our drain tile. What we're going to do for our drain tile is our perimeter times 2, because there's drain tile on both sides. And then we're going to add 10% for that, for overage. So in this case here, we've got 88 feet times 2. Excuse me. So that's going to equal 176. And then we've got 10%, which is 8.8. So that's going to equal 184.8 lineal feet, or we're just going to round it up to 185. And that's our answer for that. So the last part that we're going to do is we're going to figure out our rebar. I'm just going to put this over here, rebar. Excuse me. So our rebar is going to be, in this case here, we've got two number 5 rebar. So our rebar is going to be perimeter times the number of bars. So we're going 88 feet times 2, because we have 2 bars, which is going to equal 176. In this case here, it's the same as the drain tile. And remember, rebars come in 20-foot lengths. So we're going to divide 176 divided by 20, and that is going to become 8.8 pieces. Or in this case here, we're going to round up to 9 pieces. And then the last thing is going to be the vertical angle. The reinforcing piece that connects the footing to the foundation. So in this case here, and I drew it up above, it's a 1 foot by 2 foot piece. I'm also calling that out as 4 foot on center. So I'm going to take my perimeter, divided by my spacing. So this is going to be 88 feet divided by 4, which is going to equal 22 pieces. And again, each piece is 1 foot by 2 foot. That's going to be 3 lineal feet of rebar per piece. So I'm just going to multiply 22 times 3, which is going to be 66. And then I'm going to divide that by 20, again, because we've got 20 foot lengths. So that's going to equal 3.3 pieces. Or in this case here, we're going to round it up to 4 pieces. So if we're looking at the total rebar, if we're going to add the total rebar for our reinforcing and for our angles, we're going to have 13 pieces total. If I get to a point where I ask for that specifically in a question, we would add those all together. All right, there is that's that solution.